and also an slammable item. So maybe right here it will not be the option to go full deep into the Katarina.
Oh, we did see Dehua hit a very early Radiant Hodge with Pandora's item early on. This is a great chance to see who is going to go for those Econ Fast 9 lines. We do have 2 level ups across our board in Yatsuhashi and Without You. This is generally considered a, kind of the middle of the pack Fast 9 augment, but if you want to angle there, you could still take it. And we do have Without You already going for Fast 9. Without You has been sort of the best players in scrims overall. He has a very good reputation amongst players that do participate. So we're going to see him put on a show here.
Sheepstick, a player who maybe has to take bigger risks coming into this game with only 2 points, unfortunately 8th place in both game 1 and 2. And it is going to be a build-a-bud. Is this the out that he wanted, Clement?
I don't think so. I would think if you hit some of the crew members, if you hit Garen, you're much more happy. If you hit Kale, that's great. But Syndra doesn't automatically build you into a line. And as we were saying, the Yuumi reroll line just isn't as powerful. I would assume Star Guardians is probably the way to go.
Okay, Gobo also with the Prismatic Destiny gets the upward mobility. So he will try to go for that immediate Fast 9 that we saw so important. Maybe trying to find a little more economy to try to get there.
Talking about Syndra 3, we have seen it a lot at regionals in EMEA with more worth the wait as an option to use it as the pathway to make it to level 9 and play a Seraphine Bastion frontline board, Fast 9 with Syndra being there as a secondary carry instead. Build-a-Bud is different because you're obviously losing a lot more power, right? The Syndra 3 is not going to do as well with other players having Prismatic augment power in terms of their scaling, in terms of their econ.
Interesting here for Bensac, going for full tempo here with the Soul Fighter Crown. Normally not a pick that you used to have. Maybe the options were not ideal for him. Just having this out, important. He will have to go for full win streak here. For now, making it work, but shouldn't be enough. For now, getting items here on the Nafiri. And just looking to get as strong as possible.
The set 15 special. You have an Nafiri 2, slam any item you want, and you'll usually win streak. Obviously, I think he really wants to find the 4 Soul Fighter to slot into Callista, if you have the Callista 2 especially, and win streak most of his stage 2. This really fits Bensac as a player. He's very similar to Robin Song in the Americas, where he really likes playing high tempo, preserving a lot of HP, coming into stage 4 at 60, 70 HP, and then maybe eventually bleeding out to a 3rd or a 4th. It worked out for now, 11 points, right?
Really interested in how he pivots this line because a lot of players are just going 6 Soul Fighter in the current meta. It gives you the same amount of damage output in terms of AD and AP. So this has not really been a high selection choice for a lot of players going for the emblem on the first one. Unless you have 4 Soul Fighter to start off the bat.
Without You here with level up, so another player who will be going for that Fast 9 possibility. For now, not slamming any items and having a good chance there to go against the Wrath. We have Expect the Unexpected also for Chitux. So also going for that variance, but of course gaining additional resources and going for that Fast 9 angle.
And there's a lot of early Soul Fighters in this lobby so far. Both Chitu and Gobo are angling Soul Fighters that we see. Chitu just sold all of his Kales to put the Guinsus onto his Callista. So this might be yet again another kind of congested angles.
And the one player I would try and highlight and stand out here coming into this carousel and coming into stage 3 in particular is Jazz Latte. We're seeing there he's playing on the Katarina reroll. It's kind of on his shoulders to tax the players trying to go Fast 9 with the level ups and the upper mobility to try and make them feel a little bit scared about their HP totals coming in stage 4. If Jazz Latte fails to stabilize on 3-2 and fails to win streak all of stage 3 and the start of stage 4, this lobby will get very out of hand, and I think even the Soul Fighter players will get punished for that in terms of their stabilization on stage 4, and just a red carpet for the Fast 9 players to make it there with very little pressure.
Yeah, to work with Shifty, going for the same, trying to pressure the lobby there with Build-a-Bot. This is not an augment that will scale at any phase in the late game, so they both need to pressure the lobby right now. Shifty with Build-a-Bot, maintaining the win streak. He will need to maintain it a little more, and now, as you mentioned, Just Latte here, over 9,000, already with good items there on the Katarina. Just trying to maintain also a little pressure, not still Katarina 2. Normally you lose the first round, but at least slamming items. He has the possibility of slamming here Edge of Night also.
Yeah, he definitely wants the full loss streak, but I would say this is a pretty good stage 2. If you hit Radiant Relics and it's going to be a death cap, that's actually one of the better options for the unit. He's already sitting on the pair. So I think this is, I'm pretty confident he's going to be able to break the streaks of the Fast 9 players come stage 3.
Compared to Daehwa's Max Arcana Radiant Hodge setup, though, not quite as impressive. A small downgrade. Should still be strong enough, I think, to bully the lobby in stage 3.
That makes sense. Yatsuhashi here slamming the Jewel Gauntlet. Obviously can go on the side, but can be thinking also of that Seraphine and directly going one way to Fast 9. Still the Sera representative. And for now, only Sheepsticks is the one with the win streak. Gobo loses it right here on round 2-5.
Sheepstick with 2 points saves the lobby right here. He doesn't allow any of the Prismatic Destiny players to just get full win streaks. That would be crazy. You get the extra econ. They're also getting like upwards mobility there. So Sheepstick playing a huge part, making sure Gobo's store isn't just straight on to Fast 9.
4 win streak for now. 2 4-loss streak players, both by and Just Latte. Just Latte, of course, does have some item slams. It's going to be a little bit harder for him to try and force a win streak unless he just benches the Katarina outright, which he might do. Obviously, ideally, you want to lose by as little as possible to preserve some HP before you stabilize on 3-2. Win streak should be easy here for Sheepstick rather against Bai, who is trying to go for that 5 loss.
Showing here by trying to say bye-bye. Sheepstick just looking strong here, just trying to go against the Garen and should be able to maintain the win streak. Very important for him. He just needs to ramp out as much as possible, maybe go even for a fighting Aume, a combat Aume in the second in 3-2. Because, I mean, what's the angle here, Clement? Just try to maintain maybe Yumi or go... Vertical Prodigy is not a thing right now. So,
yeah,
that Guardian, maybe?
What I'm looking at right now is that he's really angling for the Yumi, but I'm a little bit surprised because of the way the lobby is shaking up. First, he's on 2 points. He really needs to catch up. And there's also Jazz Latte in the lobby that's going to be taking away a lot of the same champions here.
Yeah, Jazz Latte that just found that Katarina 2 and maintained the lose streak. So, perfect spot now for him.
And for Bai, I think it's an understandable 5 loss. You don't have the full power of your Augmenter yet, right? You're getting your Gambler's Blade coming in now. That should give you a bit of a spike with some maybe natural upgrades in your shops coming to stage 3. That could turn things around. And you need to start winning or at least having longer fights in stage 3 because you want to try and print gold from both the Gambler's Blade and the Mogul's Mail to try and maybe go 9 off of that.
Taking a look at Gobo's board here, sitting on these... what is he called again? I can't remember.
Upper mobility?
No, the...
Smolder?
Smolder, exactly. You know, he doesn't feel like a champion to me at times. It's just like...
Oh, he's gonna feel like a champion now. This is stage 3-1, Cassante on the board, Crystal Gambit online, and a Smolder 3. Knowing Gobo as a player who can make things work... Smolder 2, sorry. Making things work with just very flexible boards overall, with upper mobility and strong, high-value power on this board for 3-1, I think he has to feel like he's in a really good spot in this game 3.
I love the 3-2 all-out transition. I haven't seen people use all-out as tempo in a very long time.
It fits Gobo so well as a player. He's one of the most creative players from EMEA overall, who, I mentioned it earlier, hasn't had the best showing to Tactician just yet, but I think this is his time for redemption.
Meanwhile, we're taking a look at Yatsuhashi's board, where he's clearly just going to be angling for the Bastion legendary lines already. Has the Seraphine items built, has the level up.
Yeah, on the other hand, full tempo for Cheetos here, also slamming the Rage Blade, going for that Soul Fighter as full tempo.
We have to have our eyes on Jazz Latte. Did win his last fight. He is the player who is in charge of adding a lot of pressure to the Fast 9 players in particular. He needs to try and win most or all of his fights in stage 3.
I just want to say, I feel like this is Cheetu's day. He had the tack crown. That's a 3% tack crown out of the unexpected expectedness. And he has forward thinking.
And he's our current 8-point leader in the standings, so...
Wow, the RNG buffs are just crazy. Everything going well for him today.
Coming from a regionals win in CN and now having a great start to day 1 on the attack round stage, you have to feel good. CN overall, not the best start in the first 2 games, but at least you have one big hero to cheer for in G2.
And without you, on the other hand, finding an early Jinx here. Not crit item, but just maintaining full tempo for now. And just keeping his options open here. Obviously, good items for Fast 9, but I think the rest of the lobby has a better possibility. Of course, level up will be the chance for him. Trying to find an early Twisted Fate will be the out for him.
Yeah, he does have the best items for Seraphine. The I think it's Infinity Force right now. I can't remember if it's Triforce or Infinity Force. It used to be
Infinity
Triforce.
Force.
It's Infinity Force now. Okay, thank you very much. And he's also going to build a secondary carry in the Volibear. I think this is one of the successes of Without You, is like he really prioritizes bruisers in a lot of his mixes for tempos when he goes for Fast 9 compositions. So I think he has his board set out. The only problem is that he's also going to be contested by Yatsuhashi.
Looking at Bai is opting to go, as you mentioned, the Xayah 2 instead of the Gnar 2 as a way to try and make it in a healthy position to level 9. But right now it's a 7-loss streak, so has to turn things around with this roll down and these upgrades and see where that gets him with Overheal picked up as a second augment. Jazzlade is on a 2-win streak, so he's doing his job as a Katarina reroll player, making sure no one's going too greedy with their Fast 9 positions. And Sheepstick as well with the Syndra. The more he extends this win streak, the better that build-up at Syndra looks.
He has to. I mean, full pressure here. And of course, trying to balance the lobby. On the other hand, now Yatsuhashi going up against the Super Saiyan here from Bai. Bai with Overheal, using Bastion, I like it. Obviously, trying to get as much value as possible from the armor and magic resist. Any healing. Of course, even if they don't have any items, it's good min-maxing here.
All about printing gold, ideally, with this Gambler play, with the Rage Blade synergy. Xayah, of course, a very good holder of both. And the Swain with the Mogul's Mail. Died a little bit early, but still going to be a fight win, and I think Bai has to hope for at least winning the rest of his stage, stabilizing his HP in particular, or else he will probably have to forget about Fast 9 altogether and be a lot more humble, play for a 6, maybe a 5th with more of a Jinx line.
I think spending 38 gold on level 6 is probably not a good sign that you can Fast 9, even with the double econ generating artifacts right there. So I do expect him to keep out of the lane that Yatsuhashi and Without You are clearly angling because they have the level ups.
Poppy would be so big for Sheepstick on that Syndra line.
Oh!
It has been taken by Yatsuhashi, not going to make it too easy for our current HP leader with the Syndra 3. And Sheepstick did pick up Pandora's items, which is a little bit tricky when you're on a win streak because you want to kind of get immediate value from the augment and just slam the first thing that makes sense, either the round you pick it up or the next round after. You can't really wait for perked items.
He had the tier open, so maybe just trying to slam as much as possible. Maybe 2 possibilities to go for
kind
that.
Kind of like big grab bag with a little bit of upside.
Yeah. Also Katarina here, level 6.
Jazzlade doing his job. Everyone that's not playing Fast 9 is saying, go Jazzlade, make sure to tax these players.
He has to break Sheepstick's streak. I think that's his biggest mission so far. Oh, and Gobo is also very strong, getting the right augment combination here. Cloning facility with the Cassante triple itemized.
Smolder in the middle, not giving it max value to the Callista if she can break through the front line. Really good optimization from Gobo here.
G2's just trying to hold strong here. Kalista still the carry. And
There's no way G2 wins, right?
Nafiri is looking strong.
I mean, Gobo wants to lose. He's double down.
Against Smolder.
That's true, that's true.
So a really good loss. Cassante putting in some work here. Just 2 units taken from damage. And Gobo's looking good. Upper mobility, extra. If he gets gold, especially from his cash out, he can transfer that gold into that much more value with upper mobility as an augment pickup.
Ooh, and it's going to be really fun to see when the level up players actually start their roll downs, because you have Chi2 there with the forward thinking. He's going to go on 4-2. You want to control it and actually roll on 4-1 to make sure you get the upper hedge.
There's even players that we saw in game 1 with Calcloss that one of the APAC players rolled early on 3-5 to stabilize on 8. You can do the same thing with level up, for example. You cap yourself a little bit lower, but you stabilize so much earlier and get key units like the Samir, like the Volibear.
Makes sense. Yeah, good possibilities there. Sheepstick still maintaining this win streak, so important for him. Decides to go full 3 items there. Finds the early Yumi also. 3 prodigies for him. That Cassante, very important.
He's still open, though, to the Bastion possibilities. Not fully locking himself into Yumi as a common vertical prodigies overall. But the early Yumi definitely helps here in this position. And the 10 win streak would definitely help with his econ projection coming to stage 4.
Yeah, should be able to take this one quite easily. Sheepstick with the Crystal. Yatsuhashi with the Crystal Gambit online. And I wonder if he wants to pivot, because if you're in this spot, you actually want to play the Crystal and go for a higher cap, especially when you're only on 2 points. You don't really want to play the Yumi. I've never seen the Yumi win the lobby unless it's Yumi 3.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, he has to risk. Only 2 points in 2 games, and now the chance to go. Maybe just maintain tempo, right? That could be another chance, and get a force, just try to ramp up. But of course, as you mentioned, Clement, 8 players eliminated today. So the bottom of the bottom, and right now it's only him.
Yeah, that's a respectable option, but it's not the option I want to see.
I think most likely Sheepstick will, the moment he gets his first loss, pivot into the Crystal Gambit and then start trying to go for maybe 6 losses off of that in throughout all stage 4, stage 5, and go for this huge win out, cash out in stage 5.
Yep. The cut for day 1 is about 24 points. So, you know, you still have 22 points to make up in 4 games. It's actually a lot of pressure.
And then you're still going to be very behind for the potential to make final lobby. So you have to really play extremely risky, I would say, from Sheepstick's position.
Okay, without you, with good possibilities. Volley Jinx, we have seen him so many times as a good option. Finds the early Seraphine also. Go deep into the Star Guardian line. And now he can just flex front line a little. In a good spot, trying to find at least a carry 2-star here.
And there is a Twisted Fate available for him.
No, decides not to take it. So he's going to commit fully here on the Jinx, especially because of the IE he already has.
Not really enough econ to go full for the Fast 9. What we've seen a lot from our Fast 9 players is that they typically roll a little bit on level 8. If they hit a Volley Bear, then they can go Fast 9 with very high HPs. If they don't, then the decision often is, okay, I'll just stay on Star Guardians.
Would have probably liked to roll a little bit less, just a few rolls to stabilize and then a chance to go 9. Going to be sitting at 20 gold right now, but was close to many of his upgrades, especially that Volley Bear 2.
Yeah.
So understandably goes a little bit deeper.
Volley definitely baited him there, so I think he's just staying on Star Guardians for now.
Yeah. It's a difficult position, yeah. Just having the pair of Volley, not having the pair of Jinx means that you cannot keep rolling. Maybe just trying to find everything naturally.
And here goes Chitu's roll down. Looks like it's going to be a Luchador flex angle coming in here. This has been one of the stronger lines after Lee Sin has been nerfed.
And before rolling down, already had the Braum and the TF. Not sure what happened there, but definitely a good start to his level 9 roll down. 30 gold to work with. Leona pair, has the Gwen online, has a Lux still that you would want to swap out as soon as possible, but this is looking like a pretty strong board, and no real risk, no real pressure. A lot of HP still to work with for Chitu, thanks to maybe that little extra tack round he was able to pick up at the end of stage 2.
And he will be alone because without you, the one who had level up, he just managed to get a Bolivar 2 and spend all his gold in level 8. So happened what you said at the start. They just use it as tempo maybe, and now maybe if they stabilize here, a good possibility of going level 9, but later into the game.
Maybe a bait win for Sheepstick on 4-1. I think he's now committing to playing the Vertical Prodigy. He's forgot about the chance to maybe go 9 and use this as a tool to get there. We'll see if he'll be punished for it. I think the overall cap Clement will be much lower, but it should be a fairly easy 3rd or 4th to lock in here with the HP lead he has.
Yeah, I think if you can get a top 3, a good rebound game, you're still on schedule to hit that 22 benchmark that you're looking for. Still continue his win.
Wow. Great position here for Ships. I mean, the jobs has done. This Syndra has done so huge damage here for him. Decides to go for Radiant IE, pair of Yuumi. And very important because 2 good units here on Yuumi trying to find that front line will also be relevant. For now, only pair of Casante, no pair of Leona.
Standard non-flexible Prodigy board has been found. The upgrade onto the Leona. Maybe this is where we stop, although it seems you want to maybe push a little bit further, right? You're on Yuumi pair and Casante pair, and you're on a 12 win streak. Your goal really is to maximize this win streak because that's your entire game plan right now. The moment you lose it, the moment you falter on lobby tempo, you're in big trouble playing Yuumi as your main carry.
Yeah, this is going to be without you board with double upgrades found already. He will be staying on here for a very, very long time, but this should make him relatively stable. 46 HP.
Yeah, looking strong now. Decides to go for the body chains here for the Leona. Pure defensive. Had the option Tanzila. Normally better if you need that CC, but Jinx is just too strong without you. The one who spent all his gold and the additional level up is just ramping up right now, and now accumulating 20, trying to find a level 9.
Ooh, some big hits for players right here. The Zyra and the Twisted Fate. Very coveted champions coming in here. And Yatsuhashi with the Bastion Fast 9 instantly picks it up.
Casante as well would be huge for Sheepstick, just a natural upgrade, but I have to imagine it's going to get picked up earlier. Just one of the more flexible tanks across the entirety of KO Coliseum. Does picked up that Casante. Akali also picked up here, so not really two valuable units left, but the components definitely will be for trying to finish off these main items on your tank or on your carry.
I do not want to jinx it, but I have seen Yuumi's in this spot still go bottom 4.
Yeah. I'll counter jinx it. I think it's going to be a Yuumi 3 angle this game.
Let's go.
Yatsuhashi.
Oh, Yatsuhashi says, nope, never mind, I'm holding Yumi's. Well, whoa, 2 Yumi's being held.
He is going for the Bastion Legendary. Here's the first Seraphine coming online here.
Okay, I jinxed it, never mind. Interesting pivot into Yumi from a loose streak position and level up. With items still on the Syndra, we are still double down. Of course, you do want to have another loss here if you're Yatsuhashi, but I can say I'm very envious of this position from the Japanese player.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He's still waiting for another cash out, so he's intentionally keeping himself a little bit weaker for now.
Yeah, normally you want to have the +1 Prodigy. It's not a Yumi, he got 2 on the
Yumi triple for the wrong player, man.
Okay, pero Seraphine, very important to find that Seraphine will be the ideal carry, and he needs to transfer all the items to her.
Gets 260 stacks. This is really what he needed. Above 250, there's a huge chance for a lot of gold to come in. Let's see what he finds here, and it's the best cash out. It's the 35 gold.
This is a chance to re-pivot your board. You have 2 Prodigy online at the very least with Seraphine and the Yumi. You want to try and find that Brawn too, especially, and you're down to your last life. A big enough loss in stage 4 with 12 HP could mean you're knocked out in 8th place. We're still missing a lot of key frontline upgrades.
Yep.
Have to work on your power-up, Shadow Clone on TF.
Yeah, this is a situation where you can't go Noxious Trap. You actually need carry potential from your Twisted Fate. He's already 2 stars, and with the items, I expect him to slam there.
Facing against Sheepstake, one of the players who is pushing to win most of his fights in stage 4, one of the players who is trying to break out early when it comes to preserving his HP. Can Yatsuhashi stay alive here?
Leona holding strong, going to the backline there with the Brown situation, and very good. Displacing the Leona, finding the backline, destroying everything, and a good win right now for Yatsuhashi.
This is pretty lucky from Yatsuhashi. He gets to escape without pivoting his fruits away from Seraphine, so that's kind of a small win. This set is filled with APM checks. This does not look very good for Jazz Latte.
5BA still not quite able to make it to level 8 to fit in 7 Battle Academy with the Executioner, the Rise slotted in. With the Katarina, you want to enter stage 5 with a lot of HP still and slowly bleed out the rest of your HP. Fall among the top 4. Maybe if you're high rolling like you saw with Dayhall last game into the top 2 or 3, but I think you're not going to win against any boards coming to stage 5 when you're still stuck on level 7.
Yeah, main tank Garen 3.
Without artifacts, it's just not going to be enough.
Looks like a bit of a low roll from Jazz Latte. 64 rolls on 4-2. He just had to pick whatever combat augment he had to survive. I think this is a get a 6th place and be happy angle for him.
Yeah, trying to find the Rise and the Rakan 3. Oh, there it is.
That's a nice shot. Maybe some quick APM item plot from the Garen to the Rakan.
Yep.
Unstoppable final Rakan could cheese him a win if Katarina finds a bridge into the backline, but a lot of it can go down to the over 9,000 stacks as well and what he was able to hit for that Katarina.
Gobo spot looking pretty decent right now. Saira 2 stacking that 5 Crystal Gambit. Maybe not many cash outs so far, but it will keep getting stronger.
The Lee Sin angle should be pretty good onto the Jinx, but the Volibear and the Jinx have taken down the Lee Sin. It's all down to the Ashe now. Gobo has been a huge Ashe enjoyer and a huge Duelist enjoyer the entire set. Is it going to be enough to win here against Without You? The Jinx says no. Gobo takes a bit of a loss, but still pretty healthy when it comes to the HP. Jazz Latte unfortunately gets taken down in that 8th place position. Oof. A pretty foreseen outcome considering his spot coming to stage 5.
Yeah, still not a good tack round run for him. 7 points across 3 games. He's going to have to play Fast 9 every time from here on out.
Yeah, Without You on the other side, perfect spot here, very good, and adapting to what the game is. We were talking about, okay, maybe he's going level 9, trying to find that Seraphine. It was contested, so just going for the 4th Sniper. Another one of these legendary boards that we didn't see pretty much in the previous patch, but now Varus looking better with the nerf of the rest of the units.
Oh, kind of interesting. Pivots out of the, I think, Gather Force here on the backline. Doesn't have the Shojin, so just going for Rampaging Rage.
I like it.
Yep.
Serious Slam as well. We're seeing here always the Jinx and the Volley on the same side because you want the Volibear to get reset, especially on the weak side, and we're seeing why it is so effective. Volibear does not stop slamming.
Access to the backline for the Jinx.
So much extra DPS. The Jinx can move up, take down one of the backliners, and then it's a clean fight from Without You. And this is the comp Clement that we saw from APAC all the way at the start of the set. When no one was playing Volibear before he got all these extra buffs, APAC was very, very bullish on this Volibear Jinx combination. and now they must feel so comfortable on this line.
It's the way K-Baba won the TPC and got the extra spot for APAC against CN. He was the kind of the first one to realize, hey, you only need to run maybe 5-star Guardians as a stable base and then flex in the Volibear as a secondary carry. And this is a way of how a lot of APAC players play the Fast 9. They roll for a volley, and they're willing to play from that stabilized position, then go 9.
Yeah. Beautiful to see also Shaco in the first game of today. He played with 4 Luchador and managed to get also a first with that Jeans Bolivar line. So beautiful to see the options right now for all the pro players.
Bensec was trying to get another top 4 in this game 3, but couldn't quite stabilize in the stage 4 with a comp that should be winning most of those fights. Coming in stage 5, 2 losses in a row, down to 12 HP, and just cannot chew through the tankier front lines. Or maybe the Samira, never mind, the Jinx block alive.
Okay.
Calculated. 1 HP in a dream. It's like Basic last game. Sure, trust is the top 4.
Okay, Yatsuhashi managed to take the win. Jose is alive and Bai is the one in a difficult spot right now. Single-digit HP. With possibilities here of legendaries. We see Desaida. And we see Gwen. That is not an option right now. Well, some players with, for Bensak, it's perfect, right? He was playing the Soul Fighter angle.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit dicey for Bai. He really would have preferred a Twisted Fate over just a Ziggs on his board right now. Yeah. So didn't really hit what he wanted to. But I think this is a good pivot out. He kind of low-rolled on 3-2 and then said, okay, I'll play the reroll version.
Big Warmog for Sheepsticks playing the Prodigy line, really just trying to buy time for Yuumi to scale. And big upgrades here as well for Bensak. You mentioned the Gwen, it's now paired, so you have the window open to a little bit of a high roll, one of these shops on level 8, to try and find a bit of a spike. But more importantly, Volibear 2 in a pretty contested unit in stage 5 and the set 2 here as well.
Yeah, finding that set 2 is so huge, having that possibility of gaining a little time. He already has the damage, obviously trying to fight the Gwen, but the items are already fully prepped here. Finding a Lee Sin double Last Whisper just to make sure they're on the Lee Sin.
Please give us a challenger Samira. The thing about low HP Soul Fighter is Samira can instantly lose you the fight if she jumps the wrong way.
Oh, we'll be without you versus Bai here.
Yeah, it's actually same fight, yeah.
The Zaya 3 we haven't seen too much of yet. Bai also on his last life. But Without You has been farming players moving now into stage 5 with this Jinx that is just demolishing with this Ramping Rage. It looks like it's another elimination. The Zaya 3 not quite able to hang.
Yeah, Without You taking the win there. So Bai, say goodbye. Bye.
I knew you were going to do it. I was looking at you, focus on. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. He did it. He went there.
Oh, and Bensak finds a much-needed win right here. So Samira kept him alive.
Maybe some extra gold if he wins this next fight as well. He could find a Gwen too. Maybe some items for the Gwen. He can maybe find a Reforger for this double Last Whisper Lee Sin.
2 big win streakers that are potentially in his pool.
Yeah, last minute change. Okay, there it is.
So important here. It's going to be hard to break through this Leona. Volibear will be stuck for a long time. If the fight goes long, Yuumi should win it. It's Burst versus a longer fight that Yumi's looking for.
The Lee Sin is hitting the Leona, so this is good. The Samira decides to go the opposite side just to hit the rest. Leona's down.
Volibear still alive. The slam coming through. I think it's not enough.
No. Okay.
That's it for Bensak. 6th place. I think you have to be happy. This was looking maybe even like an 8th after not finding the key upgrades in stage 4.
Yeah, I have to commend what Sheepstick is doing here. He's just holding all the Brahms for the other players. He's very considerate on their positions right there. And even though he's playing a B-tier comp, he got there so fast, he's able to deny the other players and stay ahead.
Yeah, we saw it in the beginning. It was a build about Syndra. We were not happy, and navigating this comp just feel great right now. And as you say, Clement, I mean, he already accomplished top 5, good HP. He could go for a 3rd.
Yep. Yatsuhashi also lost his win streak. He was on a 5 win streak just there. Most likely lost it to Without You, I would imagine, seeing that he's going 10.
We'll see if Sheepstick wants to go 9 right now to try and find the Seraphine, or if he wants to greed out till 6-2. I think probably with your current HP, yeah, he's going now. Trying to roll, not much gold to roll with, but 5 Prodigy would be a big spike, obviously, especially for the survivability of the front line with the extra Omnivamp.
Yeah, Without You on the other hand, 50 gold, just planning to go level 10 and just cap out even more the board. Huge position for him, comfort zone.
Wow, this board is just looking absolutely amazing here. 10 population, 6 Juggernaut, 4 Lucador. And he's been stacking
Wow.
on this Twisted Fate for a long time. So if he can survive this round and get more items and cash outs, find the Lee Sin too, G2 still has that winning angle.
Seraphine targeting could be pretty massive here, depending where that AoE goes out and how many units you can clean up. For now, not really hitting too much. The TF all by himself in the backline, so looks like a pretty convincing win here from G2 against Yasuhashi.
Yeah, was that Yasuhashi's, I think it was a ghost?
Yeah, we would have seen a bigger reaction, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Player can.
There it is. No.
Oh,
Okay.
Was still knocked out in the end.
Yeah. Taking a fifth here, Yatsuhashi still with good points, so maintaining a good position
Ooh,
there
big
in the middle
spike
ground.
here. Braum 2. Sheepstick could not deny both Gobo and G2 from finding their Braum 2 upgrades.
Gobo found everything with his Crystal Gambit. This is exactly what you need on 50.8. You need the Duelist emblem, you need the Strategist emblem, and you need Indomitable. He hit all three
He's level
of the
10
best
as well.
ones.
A really scary spot from Gobo.
We haven't seen his board in a while, but I think that's who Without You lost to.
This all goes back to that Smolder 2 on 3-1, a really interesting and strong mid-game to be able to make it healthy into that Crystal Gambit setup.
Without you right now, trying to go strong. Access to a backline from the Bolivar, taking the Varus. Should be enough here. Varus is down. So only
The perfect break onto the Jinx as well. Gets a little bit distracted, doesn't clean up the fight, but that should still be enough. Perfect positioning from G2 and perfect angle from the Volibear, accessing the back lines right away.
Who's going to face Gobo? I think that's a big question for all of these players. I have to imagine Gobo still is going to beat G2 if they go up against each other.
Sheepstick should probably still be on 2 lives at 18 HP, even in stage 6. If he's able to get a top 2, I think he'll be very happy with his entire game plan. There was a pivotal point in stage 4 where he committed to playing the vertical.
I think he's
Prodigy
already
line.
happy for sure. Yeah.
But, you know,
A little
considering he's
more
on 2
always.
points total,
Right.
getting a
Yeah,
second
yeah.
place, I think would be very important for him in particular.
Double screen here on the right, Without You on the left, Chitux, both very strong and trying to avoid Gobuster in this almost final round.
Yeah, let's see who Without You gets. Is it Gobo? Ooh, that probably means he's just going to go for the 4th place. Jarvan's also on the right side here. It's going to be very hard to see him win that. Already with a 2-second stun.
On the left, the Braum is moving towards the Yuumi now. Potentially, the Braum might move up towards that Yuumi now once he ults here, and he doesn't. He gets actually moved back by the opponent's Braum. So Sheepstick, if he kills enough units here, he might still stay alive and lock in the top 3 at the very least. He does stay alive, barely. So a big, big win for a player who I think needed it the most with only 2 points coming into Game 3.
It will be a 4th place here for Without You, also playing very, very strong and trying to find the final ring.
BA Emblem is so strong on Seraphine. The amount of stats you get from the potential and the damage amp, if you find a Seraphine 2 and he can somehow fit 7 BA on his current setup, it's one of the ways you can cap out this comp a lot. It's a very rare way to do it as well. You can't really angle for it from stage 2.
Yeah, he could drop his Braum and just fit another BA unit on there, either the Caitlyn or Jace, and he would be there. So very strong pickup coming in from Sheepstick. I'm not sure he hit the unit. He needs to find the 3 cost exactly.
And he needs to find Seraphine 2 as well to really make that impactful and to make the, I think, transition worth it.
Yeah, for Cheetos, it's all about staying alive this round. This is the only Aubrey he needed. He cannot sell anything, so just trying to find this Lee Sin 2-star, and this will be the end board for sure for him.
He's actually doing split side. Okay, I thought he wanted same side with the Twisted Fate.
The Braum is definitely on the right side, though, angling on the Constante now and then the Leona most likely after this first pivot. So both of the main tanks from Sheepstick do get immediately targeted by the Braum and displaced. The Yuumi, I think, doesn't quite have the DPS. The TF very, very healthy on that backline. And this is maybe the end of the road for Sheepstick still. A good outcome, a strongly played game, a top 3 with Yuumi.
Yeah, really nice last second pivot for G2. Actually throws away the main tank so he can kind of clean up the smaller carries across the board.
Where was this gold last turn, TF? Come on, man.
And for Chitux, once again, our top in leaderboard right now, taking a 2nd place probably because Gobo is just too strong right now, finding that additional Janna 2-star just for fun, and looking so, so strong here.
Crystal Gambit, once it gets rolling, I think we can sit here and try and say, maybe it'll be close, but it really shouldn't be. There's just so many extra resources and emblems and artifacts on the side of Gobo. The board does look strong for G2, of course. He did just hit the Lee Sin 2 as well, although he has a JG, the CN special. We'll see if that might be a detriment for this final outcome. The Braum could potentially, with Fight RNG, swing it slightly in G2's favor.
It's going to start on the opposite side towards the Ashe. So the Ashe is going to be relatively safe, and there's just so many units on Gobo's side of the board to go through. I don't think G2 really has a shot here.
Yeah, Sidus was damaged, but it's not enough.
Cast again, gets the red buff going, gets the static shiv going as well.
Side is down, but...
Or the void staff, rather.
Yeah, too much damage from the Ashe. Lee Sin also.
The Crystal Gambit special, the Gobo special. These are, I think, the two players currently in the lead in the standings, or at least in the top 5 right now. So a really dominant start. I think an okay business handshake from both G2 and Gobo, knowing that they're again in the top 2 in this game 3. They have to feel happy with the start on this Tactician's crown.
Also Gobo, an early riser. We saw him on breakfast today, looking strong. He already took a bath. It was like 6 a.m. in the morning, maybe, Clement, and he was looking good, looking ready and prepared. Now we see him outperforming right now.
And the two players that Clement was doubting from Emiya, Tartman, and Gobo, silencing the haters at the start of this day. I know why you were doubting them, for good reason.
I go by the stats.
Exactly. But I go by the emotions, and these two players, they know how to clutch up when needed to. Really happy for Gobo, finally turning things around. Not the best performances at TAC Ground. The last 2 times we saw him show up on the international stage. Very different story in this first day 1.
Yeah, G2 with such a good start as well. He's going to be the only player with over 20 points. He basically can just go into the next game and be sure he's not going to be cut. That's a huge confidence booster. It makes you take more risks when you really need to. So great sort of padding coming in from him.
And it shows the differences already in the mindsets. Some players like Sheepstick just trying to stay alive, just trying to make it to day 2. Some players, maybe like G2 and Gobo, already thinking about the chances of how do I make final lobby? How do I really cement my legacy in this KO Coliseum set?
Okay, good side now for G2 has possibility of access, but no, the Bolívar decides to go for the front line. Same side here from Twisted Fate, going for the Ashe. Ashe is still just too strong. Both carries for Gobo, still alive, and also who doing the heavy lifting. The Lee Sin in the end. Gobo taking the win in an amazing way. Pure dominance there in the end.
I love Hoopa's attempt at adding excitement into that fight, but Gobo was just so far ahead with the extra resources from Crystal Gambit. I think the only way that G2 had a chance was if Gobo's Braum throws G2's Braum right into Ashe, and he somehow immediately eats her off the board. 10 seconds in, which is maybe a 1 in 1,000 chance of that happening with the right positioning.